What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Flames back at it again. With another Bible reading video. Today, I'm about to be reading out of Second Samuel, um, chapter 21. Without further ado, man, get right to it. David avenges the Gibeonites. Now there is a famine in the days of David for 3 years, year after year. And David sought the face of the Lord, and the Lord said, "There is blood guilt on Saul and on his house, because he has put the Gibeonites to death." So the king called the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were not of the people of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. Although the people of Israel had sworn to spare them, Saul had sought to strike them down in his zeal for the people of Israel and Judah. Sorry. And David said to the Gibeonites, "What shall I do for you? And how shall I make atonement, that ye may bless the heritage of the Lord?" The Gibeonites said to him, "It is not a matter of silver or gold between us and Saul or his house, neither is it for us to put any man to death in Israel." And he said, "What do you say that I shall do for you?" And I said to the king, "The man who consumed us and planned to destroy us, so that we should have no place in all the territory of Israel, set 7 of his sons to be given to us, so that we may hang them before the Lord at the Gibeah of Saul, the chosen of the Lord." And the king said, "I will give them." But the king spared Mespeleth, the son of Saul's son Jonathan, because of the oath the Lord had between them, between David and Jonathan the son of Saul, so that they were close, like their souls were tied together, like they were close, like the best of friends. The king took the 2 sons of Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, whom she bore to Saul, Armani and Mespeleth, and the 5 sons of Merib, the daughter of Saul, whom she bore to Adriel, the son of Barzillai, the Malathite. And he gave them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them on the mountain before the Lord. And the 7 of them perished together. They were put to death in the first days of harvest, at the beginning of the barley harvest. It's weird, like the Old Testament, and I guess, like, I'm not sure if this, also applies in the New Testament or like the New Covenant, but I feel like a lot of stuff, like families are really tied together in a lot of things. Um, like he's saying, like just the rest of that family being there is meaning something, which is kind of crazy. Um, then Rizpah the daughter of Aias took sackcloth and spread for herself on the rock, from beginning of harvest until rain fell upon them from the heavens. And she did not allow the birds of the air to come upon them by day, or the beasts of the field by night. When David was told what Rizpah the daughter of Aiah, the concubine of Saul, had done, so secondary wife of Saul had done, David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of his son Jonathan from the men of Jabesh Gilead, who had stolen them from the public square of Bethshan, when the Philistines had hanged them, on the day the Philistines killed Saul in Gibeah. And he brought them up from there, the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, and they gathered the bones of those who were hanged. And they buried the bones of Saul and his son Jonathan in the land of Benjamin of Zelah, in the tomb of Kish his father. And they did all that the king commanded. And after that God responded to the plea for the land. So that's how they had to get the famine to stop, because they had to atone for all that and make things right. War with the Philistines. There was a war between the Philistines and Israel, and David went down together with his servants, and they fought against the Philistines, and David grew weary. And Ishbi-Benob, one of the descendants of the giants, whose spear weighed 300 shekels of bronze, who was armed with a new sword, thought to kill David. But Abishai the son of Zerah came to his aid and attacked the Philistine and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, "You shall no longer go out with us to battle, lest you quench the lamp of Israel." After this there was again war with the Philistines at Gob. Then Sibbecai the Hushathite struck down Seth, who was one of the descendants of the giants, and there was again war with the Philistines at Gob. And Elhanan the son of Jair-Oregim, the Bethlehemite, struck down Goliath the Gittite, the shaft of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. And there was again war at Gath, where there was a man of great stature who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in number. And he also was a descendant from the giants. Wait, what? It's kind of crazy. And when he taunted Israel, Jonathan the son of Shimei, David's brother, struck him down. These 4 were descended from the giants of Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. Okay, so that's the end of this first chapter. Um, basically, we just learned about the famine and stuff they had to do to kind of clean things up that were mishandled before. It's like the burial and the bones, and if we remember, like probably about 10 chapters ago, maybe a little bit further back when Saul passed away, and the Philistines like hung his bones up like as like a taunt, and like they got taken back and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, um, so the next chapter is going to be David's Song of Deliverance. We're gonna get to that here in a sec. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. I love this so much. Thank y'all for y'all's continued support. And I'm gonna catch y'all here in a couple minutes. Peace.